but we might as well start with one that's a rumor, well, a very speculative one. Juan Ayuso. This comes out of the Giro. Yeah, obviously leaving the race there, the beast thing, that was very bad, but winning a stage was the big favorite. And his race program has come out since that as well from Pro Cycling Stats. And there's no Tour and there's no Welter, crucially. So that has kind of thrown the rumor mill open to potentially Juan Ayuso could be looking for other teams. But yeah, I'll let you have the word now. And good job, someone got a haircut.
It's true, I literally got it today. So, for this episode. But yeah, back to Juan Ayuso. Obviously, he had a very good season. Like, he's had some wins. You know, he won Torino. He got a stage win in Catalonia and was second in GC. The Giro, like you say, didn't go to plan, but he did get that stage win. So he is a prolific rider for sure. Like, he's not a nobody. Like, this is the guy who, I think, when Pogacar was really bursting onto the scene, Juan Ayuso was absolutely shredding the junior ranks and under 23 races. I dreamed up Baby Giro, but he was ripping apart. So he is like a big name, and like you say, his program being released, it doesn't have anything else really massive on there in terms of the team support he's going to get. Like, yes, he's doing European and World Champs, but that's like a national level sort of support, if you get what I mean, not like a UAE Team Emirates sort of support. Like, yeah, he's got the Canadian races in there, Tour de Pologne and stuff like that, but it's a little bit of a lackluster program for the rest of the year for such a talented rider. So it is a little bit bizarre, and it does open up the discussion of that he might be going somewhere else. There have been rumours of him being, I don't know, unsettled there and sort of his position in the hierarchy of UAE Team Emirates. But it is still worth noting that he is currently contracted until 2028. So if he were to be leaving a team, it would have to be with, I presume, some sort of buyout clause, which is something I understand the concept of it, but I don't understand how the concept works in cycling. I presume it's pretty similar to other sports, but I guess it's kind of fun to speculate where he might go.
Wasn't it last year, Maximan Hills ripped up his contract to join Red Bull?
Yeah, you're right. He did do that.
And Tom Pidcock, or was he out of contract?
I think Pidcock did leave his contract early. So yeah, it does happen. It's not out of the ordinary. I mean, people have been talking about Remco, his contract being bought out. So it's not like an unreasonable thing to expect that it might happen, especially, it depends. Do UAE Team Emirates want Juan Ayuso anymore? If he won the Giro, I'm sure they would do. It depends how much they see him weighing into their future, considering they've got a plethora of talent already. Do they feel like they need Juan Ayuso, or are they just kind of keeping hold of him because they just don't want him to go anywhere else?
There also seems to be kind of a lot of negative comments around Juan Ayuso as well. I've seen that on posts here and there. And some of it stemmed from like the Tour de France last year, where it seemed like he didn't want to pull a turn for Tadej Pogacar there and kind of was told off by Almeida. And Almeida and Ayuso also has a bit of friction in there. So maybe it would be good. And obviously there was also that text as well. I don't know if you saw that, or status from Pogacar, where it said like the future of UAE is safe or whatever it was. And then it was a picture of Isaac Del Toro. So I was like, wait a minute. There's not that much difference between Ayuso and Del Toro. So there's all these like circumstantial evidence for maybe not working in that right environment. But he's a super talented rider, as you've said. Do you think he should move? And if so, why should he go to Cofidis? No, I'm kidding. Which team do you think would be a good fit for him?
I think that he should move. I don't think that UAE Team Emirates is... Obviously, it's a very strong team, but I'm not sure if it's working out at the moment with Juan Ayuso for whatever reason. I'm not sure if it is a team thing or whether it's just what Juan Ayuso is like. And it's just that he's just a little bit, he's had problems with like his hip with injury and whatnot. And who knows what he'd been able to do at the Giro this year if it wasn't for, I think he crashed a couple of times or something like that. So you just don't know. But I think that in terms of UAE Team Emirates' future, with Pogacar having obviously the big limelight, you've got Almeida and Del Toro in there as well, just to like name a couple of other candidates. Ayuso's place is a little bit weird. I would probably send him somewhere else. Well, send him somewhere else. It's like UAE Team Emirates is loaning him or something. I think realistically, Movistar makes sense because as a team which is very reliant on Enric Mas, who, don't get me wrong, he's very good. I mean, he finished on the podium of the Vuelta last year, but Movistar might see it as a good fit. Probably the biggest Spanish Grand Tour prospect at the moment. Bring him to the Spanish team, like the big Spanish World Tour team. I think they need that person to really rally around in a GC prospect, and I think that Juan Ayuso could be that. Obviously, Ineos will forever be in the discussion for a team trying to find their next big leader, so they're obviously in the bucket as well. But can you think of another team that might go with Juan Ayuso realistically?
You don't see Ineos Grenadiers as kind of a good destination with them. Well, Carlos Rodriguez maybe not being that consistent in the Grand Tours. Egan Bernal, not the level that they need right now. Arensman wasn't that great at the Giro either. So getting someone who's closer to the top shelf than what they have would be quite good. And he speaks very good English.
Yeah, I think a lot of the staff are Spanish or Spanish speaking, so it'll be okay. But I think he would solve some of their problems, but not all of them, if you get what I mean. They want to be, back competing for Grand Tour podiums, which is what Ayuso can do in theory. We haven't seen it the last couple of years, but in theory he can do that. So he would solve some of their problems, but not the problem of trying to beat Pogacar or Vingegaard, for example. Ayuso, I just don't see being that guy, but he would be a decent kind of stopgap whilst they, I don't know, try find somebody else who can be that guy.
Is there any other teams? I almost want to throw Israel Prematech in here. Okay, it sounds crazy when I say it out loud, but they're getting rid of Chris Froome. Jakob Fuglsang's retired as well. Derek G's been looking very good. They took Jan Hurt away from Soudal Quickstep. So if you put Juan Ayuso in there, if they're really trying to build a solid team now with Derek G, etc., maybe that's a bit far-fetched, but even Bahrain, but I don't know if Bahrain, well, Damian Caruso's getting older, even though he still finished inside the top 10. They have Tiberi there, they have Lenny Martinez, they have Santiago Buitrago as well, but Juan Ayuso would probably outrank all of them. It's also who has the money. He's probably on a few million being at UAE Emirates, and with the Palmares he had as well, or has.
Yeah, it will probably be on quite a pretty penny. So for Red Bull Hansgrohe in the mix as well, obviously Roglic is their main man, but how long is Roglic going to be at the real pinnacle of the sport for? Maybe another couple of years, but Ayuso could take over from him. I'm not sure who logically would take over from Roglic. Obviously, like Lorenzo Finn, who I'm a big fan of. He's in their junior team, but he's 18 years old. Maybe it's a little bit early to be expecting something from him. Although, Paul Sagsas did really good in the Dauphiné, so maybe that logic's out the window. But yeah, I don't know who Red Bull Hansgrohe. I mean, Danny Martinez, Vlasov, Lee are all good, but I'd probably say that Ayuso is a bit better